Hello, guys. How are you? I hope you guys are doing just wonderful. I know generally I don't make two videos in a row in a 1 week, 7 days period, right? But today it's something which I am developing this skill, and I thought I should also convey this to you all guys. So you guys, okay. So just you should know that this thing also exists, and this will improve your life way better. And okay, so well, you must have noticed, right, when you study or do something, right, learn, and you feel an uncomfortable feeling, right? Well, that sometimes happens, right? But when we are using the processes which we are comfortable with while studying, we don't feel that, right? Well, let me break it to you that when we are feeling comfortable learning that, then we are not actually, getting outside our comfort zone. Yeah, that's true. Well, when we actually learn something or start to learn something, right, we think about it deeply in an interconnected manner. Like, how does it connect to that, and how does it connect to that, and how does it different from that thing, and how does it different from that thing, and all sorts of different manners. By that way, it gets solidified because we are trying to connect it at other areas of our life, and that's not really easy, and that takes a lot of processing power of our brain. That's that takes a lot of energy, and that makes us feel uncomfortable or little uneasy. And well, I came to know this from a guy, Justin.Sung, who's a learning coach, and he's a really good guy if you want to watch him. So see, and that feeling in itself is not a problem, because that's a sign, because we are pushing ourselves outside of our limits, outside of our comfort zone, and that's a good thing. It's not the feeling, it's how we interpret it, because that uneasy feeling or that uncomfortable feeling, we interpret it as bad or something not good. But if you interpret like, okay, this is a sign that I'm actually putting effort, and I'm actually going outside of my comfort zone when learning this, or I'm actually thinking about it in a deeper manner, that's a good thing, right? When we learn something. But we don't do that nowadays, right? Okay, we got it, that okay, that how we are interpreting that feeling is not good. Now what, right? First, we would already have some habits, right? Already previous habits by which we are learning, and that's automatic, right? And we need to kind of replace those habits, and it would take efforts, especially in the starting phase. A lot of effort, it would feel a lot uncomfortable, and I know that because I'm just starting to to interpret in a manner that's good for me, right? Okay, so of course we would need to practice it. So how we can actually practice it? We need to use some higher order learning skills. So what are high order learning skills? The skills which we use in order to learn, but in a deeper manner, in more interconnected manner, right? So what are these skills? The thing, the most you can things we started with is mind maps, and try to differentiate it from the thing which is similar to that, and how is similar to a different thing, right? And how it could be connected to different areas of our life, and that would be a lot of processing. That would take a lot of processing power of our brain, and that would be feel uncomfortable. And we need to consciously tell ourselves or remind ourselves that this feeling is good, and remind ourselves that that this means I'm pushing myself beyond my comfort zone. I'm actually thinking it in a deeper manner. That would allow us to know, like, of course, like after some time you will feel more uncomfortable. So our goal is not to be on the top on the first day. It will take time. The first day it may be like we feel that feeling for 10 minutes, then we stop. The next day maybe it's 15 minutes, then we stop. And the next day it's 20 minutes. So we need to increase our time slowly when steadily. So that this would allow us to develop this, develop this belief, because we are practicing it actively, and it would take a time. Like, I believe it would take minimum 1 to 2 months, so we can get really comfortable, little comfortable in the with that uneasy or uncomfortable feeling. But that time would be worth it, I really promise you. Yep. So this was today. This was is in this video. I know that one much, but okay.